So what got me into football was really my dad's side of the family. So he would have founded Mount Marion Football Club in 1981. So basically I was brought into a football family ever since I was born really, and I went to a football in school, Killashee down in Kildare, and basically every day I'd go out and play football with the friends, and then I decided at 4 or 5 I'd join Naas FC, which is down in Kildare as well, and I played up the ages, so I played up at 2 years older with my brother, and I was a striker back then. So I scored a few goals then, so I did. But that's how I got into football really. My dad used to bring me out to matches. We used to go and see Bows here actually, and he used to bring me out to all the matches, and I just got a love for the game really. That's how I got started. When I was about 4 or 5 years of age, I signed for Naas FC, which was just down the road from me, down in Kildare. It was a really good place to start off my football with. Really good coaches. Mick Gagan was one of the coaches down there. An A-level coach, and he was really good. Really helped me in my career, I suppose. The facilities down there are really good, and the pitches, everything about the whole club was really professional. And I suppose that geared me up for everything that I am now. And when I was playing for St Joseph Boys, Keith Long came out to watch our matches, and he approached a few of us. So a few of us are here now at the club. Dylan Thornton is here, Brandon Kavanagh was here, but he left. So basically Keith Long came out to watch the matches in St Joseph Boys, and he obviously found the players he wanted to sign, and he rang my dad, he rang me, and he did the best obviously to sign us, and I couldn't do anything but sign for Bows, because the history of the club, everything about the club was just unbelievable, and when I heard he was looking for me, I only snapped at the chance to sign for the club. Well, I got into the 19s anyway. Graham Lawler took me under his wing, and it was really easy to settle into the group. I went on a trip with them in pre-season, so I knew all the lads, so that was a lot easier to fit into the group. But when we started playing out from the back. We played out from the back like the 17s, so I suppose it helped me go into the transition was much easier, I suppose. So playing out from the back is the way I wanted to play, and Graham Lawler and Craig Sexton helped me along that, and obviously Keith Long and Trevor as well. They had a say in everything how we played as well. So I really enjoyed the time, and then obviously once the season started, at the start of the season our aim was to go on and win the under-19s league. So in the quarter-finals we played Limerick and beat them, and then we went into semis and beat Sligo. Then obviously the final here was a 1-0 win against arch rivals Pats. So it was a really good feeling beating Pats in the final, and obviously a place in Europe at stake as well. So it was a really good feeling, and one of the best I've ever had in football. Yeah. The build up to the final, obviously there's going to be nerves. You know what I mean? There's going to be a lot of nerves. We just played the semi-final against Sligo the previous week, so the confidence was high in the squad. Confidence was high, but you're always going to be nervous for a final. A game of this magnitude, big crowd was expected. It was all over social media, so. There was Irish managers there to watch. There was teams from England coming over to watch. So there's going to be a lot of people, a lot of eyes on you. My whole family were there and everything. So of course there's a lot of nerves, but like when you go into the step onto the pitch, everything, it's just all you're concentrating on is the game. Great players obviously like Zidane, Pele have played here. And it's just an honour to play on a pitch like that. And I suppose it's a good advantage for us as well that we had home advantage. So we had home advantage in the quarters, semis, and final. So the home advantage for the final was a big difference, and the game, it was a very tight game now, and not much chances in the game at all. But thankfully, Stephen Nolan got the winner in the 7th minute, and obviously set us up for Europe this season, which is a great feeling. Yes! The under-19s and the first team, we both train in IT Blanche. So basically, each team has a half each. So basically the first team would be training, and Keith Long, if he needed a player or he thought we were doing well enough, he'd always bring us down. He always encourages you to come into the squad. And I suppose one of the days, it would have been about 2 months before the end of the season, and I was doing really well for the under-19s in the under-19s league, and he said, Andy, I think you're ready for the step up. So I took it obviously with 2 hands and went into the first team training, and the lads were really welcoming, really nice, and they took me under the wing, and I suppose I got going, got playing really well. So then the game against Cork here was live on television. Keith pulled me into the JJ bar and just said, "Listen, I want you in the squad tonight." And the feeling to be in the squad on TV against Cork, if they won, they would have won the league. But we denied them of winning the league. So being on the bench for that game was a massive feeling. And then I went on the next week and went on the bench against Dundalk again, and then Finn Harps the week after. So, you know, I got a feel for what first team football is about, and I'm just so thankful for Keith and Trevor and the rest of the coaching staff for everything they've done, and, you know, bringing me into the squad. Playing for my country is obviously, it's the proudest moment of my life so far, you know, and the proudest moment of my family's life, I think. Basically when I got the call, so basically they just emailed the club here in Bohs, and then the Bohs secretary Lynn, she emailed Graham, and then I got a call from Graham. I think it was would have been after the quarterfinals against Limerick, because Jim Crawford, the under-19s manager, would have come out and watched me that night. So I played very well in that game, and I was happy with my performance, and thankfully Graham rang me that night and said, "Andy, you're going to Spain with the under-18s." So, you know, I was over the moon, and I didn't even sleep that night, you know what I mean? I was just so over the moon, overwhelmed that I got the chance to play for my country, you know, and it was an unbelievable feeling. And to go over there and play such big countries like Belgium, Holland and Czech Republic was amazing. They were a really, really good experience, and one I'll never forget. I suppose the aims for me is hopefully push into the first team, really, you know, get a few games, a lot of games under my belt, you know, become a regular in the team hopefully, and then hopefully, obviously, like Warren O'Hara did going over to Brighton, hopefully get a move across to the UK, you know, and obviously continue playing for Ireland as well. You know, the next squad is coming up in April, March time, so, you know, that's the plan, hopefully get into the Irish squad and retain my place there, and then obviously break into the first team here, and you know, hopefully get a move across the UK or elsewhere. I'm in Blackhawk College. I'm only in 5th year, so I suppose the way I think about it is, you know, plan A is to become a professional footballer, and I suppose plan B is make plan A work. You know, that's the plan anyway. So obviously, no, I study hard. You know, I do well in school, so you know, obviously there's a link up here with hopefully DIT soon. So you know, either DIT or another college as well. Hopefully, I'd like to go to college. If not, obviously, when I hopefully break into the team here and go to England, I'll continue my education, hopefully in England. But for now, you know, I'm only in 5th year, so leaving cert's not till another 2 years. So we won't know until the leaving cert's over, you know.